95.9 KCKL. Good morning to you, East Texas. I'm John, and I'm here with the guys from Caldwell Banker, Brett and Shai. How are you guys doing?
We're always great, John. How are you this
Doing
morning?
great. I'm in between microphones here, so hopefully somebody can hear me.
Shuffling back and forth.
We got Brett and Elvis over here.
So I know, I had to steal the mic from you. Okay? All right, so what do you guys have for us today, this morning?
Well, we just want to say good morning, East Texas. And real estate has really been heating up around the lake area. It's Memorial Day, and that means our little town is about to have a surge of people visiting this weekend, and that means there will be a lot of potential buyers for your home. It's not too late to get your home on the market if you'd like to try to garner some of that attention over the weekend still. So be sure and call our office anytime at 903-887-7055. One of our great agents will be happy to assist you. And, you know, home is where the heart is, and sometimes the heart is not where the pre-existing home is. As Casey Musgraves would say, if I can't bring you to my house, I'll bring my house to you. And that's where a new build could fit your needs, wants, and desires. Sometimes we find that perfect piece of land, and it needs that perfect home to be built on it.
Yeah, because especially with right now, the pre-existing homes, if they're priced accordingly, if they're maintained, if you put that little bit of extra sweat equity into them, they don't stay on the market that long right now. If they're priced according to the market conditions, they go pretty quick. So we're having a little bit lower inventory on the pre-existings, which means, like you said, you know, you may find that house that is that house, but it's not anywhere where you need to be. And so a new build is what you want to look at. So there's a couple of different ways you can go with a new build, right, Brett?
Yeah, and some important things to consider about why to get a new build. First of all, they're new.
Yeah, they're new. There you go. So that foundation, new. That roof, new. Water heater, new. Air conditioner, new. Appliances, those are also new. The floor covering, that is, what is that, Brett?
Probably new.
New, yeah, new. New front door, new mailbox, new garage door opener, everything new. It should work.
Right, and so, you know, once you find that perfect piece of land, you're not having to, like a pre-existing homes, that you might find that perfect dream home out there, but it's not always in the right location.
Yeah.
And so finding the perfect location and then really getting to have what you specifically want built is a big deal.
Yeah, because that pre-existing, it may be exactly what you're looking for, but you know, it's a little bit more commute to work in the morning, or it's not in the school district you're looking for, or, you know, if you're wanting to be in a specific subdivision, you know, it's over here in this one, but I want to be over here on this one. You know, that house is on the east side of the lake. I want to be on the west side of the lake. It's on the north side. I want to be on the south side, type of thing. But there are lots of lots right now, lots, acreage, plats of lands that are available for that new build construction.
Yeah, so it's really making land a hot seller this time.
Yeah. So what are some of the other advantages you got with a new build? Once you find that piece of land, whether that piece of acreage or a lot in a city or a subdivision that fits your needs, what are some of the other advantages of having a new build?
One that I think of right off the bat is less maintenance. Generally, a new build, everything is brand new.
Yeah.
So you've probably got a little extra time with it.
Yeah, you know, if you're one of those deferred maintenance people, you can defer that maintenance for a few years. Or if you do have to maintain something, you're usually not having to maintain everything. And coupled with that, you've also got usually a warranty. You've got maybe a builder's warranty, or you've got what they call a 210 warranty. You've got warranties for certain time periods on the material, certain on the workmanship, that are there to cover those items if for whatever reason you know, something happened to them.
Yeah, you're not moving into a house that has a few years already on the roof. It's a great roof on this pre-existing house, but it's a new roof.
Yeah, you got a brand new roof. You've got a brand new foundation. You got a brand new water heater. You know, as long as you got to do your yearly maintenance. You know, drain that water heater according to the manufacturer's instructions. Change out those filters still on that air conditioner, but it's new.
Yeah, you're the first one to use these items, so you have the entire length of the use of these items ahead of you.
Yeah, and coupled with new also comes the other side of it being new, which is clean. You know, clean. I like a clean house, and so one of the advantages you have with that new build is that you're the first person to live in it. So you don't have to clean it whenever you come in there. Sometimes with a pre-existing, you're going to want to clean the house. You're going to want to maybe do some updates, change that paint color, maybe put in some different floor covering. Well, this is new. It's clean. It should be swept and mopped by that builder before they hand it over to you. They should get rid of that sheetrock pile out in the front yard and do some things for you.
Yeah, we all have our little trinkets that we like to collect, but you don't have to worry about the previous owners' items they've collected having to be moved off or hauled off or donated or whatever they do with them.
Yeah. So whenever you buy a pre-existing, many times a seller is having to coordinate moving their items out in relation to the closing, because we got to make sure it's going to close. So if there was an issue, a title issue or a lending issue or something on their behalf, they don't want to move their things out too early just to have to move back in. So they're having to coordinate closer to the closing date, getting their items out, and you're having to coordinate getting your items in after closing. And so you're wanting to move your things in, but maybe you want to take some time to clean and paint and remodel. Well, I can't just move all my furniture in and then start painting around it without getting paint and whatever. The new build, you get the keys and you just move in.
Another thing about it is more location options, like you touched on a while ago.
Yeah.
As opposed to finding a place and then figuring out where everything is in location, you find a location near your work, school, maybe hospital, favorite shopping area.
Yeah. Next to your favorite restaurant, wherever. If you want to be in the midst of the city, you can find a place for that. Or if you want to be out away from the city, you can find a place for that. You can find that lot. You can find that acreage, whichever one meets your needs, and get that house started on there.
Sometimes people don't think about the little commutes, the extra few minutes here and few minutes there. Being closer to your location saves you a lot of time each and every day, over the course of years.
Over the course of 30 years, that an extra 5, 10, 15 minutes each way saved on your commute each day. You take that over 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30 years, that adds up. That adds up there. So in the builds, there's two types of builds primarily, right? You have a spec build and a custom build.
Yeah.
So what do you get? What's a spec build?
Well, a spec home, that's a term that most people out here, the builders, realtors, you hear it thrown around quite a bit. And it's more of a speculative built home. It's where a builder builds without a specific buyer in mind.
So with that, they would take out the interim financing themselves, build on their blueprints, their designs, their paint color choices, their appliance choices, their floor covering choices, and then once it's close to completion or completed, then they would put it on the market and let buyers buy it according to their options they've chosen, correct?
Yeah, this is more of the builder's specific vision that they have in mind, or maybe based on previous builds they've had before, or what the market is dictating currently in an area there.
Okay. And then you have a second type. We're going to go into more detail on these two different types over the coming weeks, but your second type is a custom build, right?
Yes, a custom build is typically where a buyer chooses the options, and they typically carry the interim financing if that's going on during the build.
Because if the buyer is going to choose options, then the builder typically wants them to be financially responsible for it during the build, because otherwise if he was building it on his dime but the buyer was choosing options and then the buyer didn't buy it, well then he has to deal with selling somebody else's vision.
And a custom can range anything from just picking out simple stuff like paint color or floor covering, all the way up to designing each and every corner of the home.
Yeah, so like with a custom home, that doesn't mean I have to sit down and have to be worried, oh my goodness, I don't know anything about architecture. I can get with my realtor and he can put me with the builder, and we can pick ones that the builder's already built before, that floor plan, everything, and it can be as simple as, you built this one, I want exactly the same except for I want just a little bit lighter colored paint over here. And then I'm covering the interim financing, voila, custom built. Right? Okay, so we're gonna pick up a little bit more on that. The difference between these two, the advantages of each one over the next couple weeks. You got a few properties. It'd be some acreage here. It'd be great opportunities for pre-existing or maybe getting that that new home built, right?
Yeah, and the first one I want to start off with, this is a pre-existing home, but there's enough land that if you wanted to do a new build, either speculative or custom build, there's room to really branch out there. And this one's over at 18254 County Road 404. This is going to be in the Cayuga School District. It actually has a Palestine address. But it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath brick home sitting on 48 acres over there. Some of the most beautiful acres I've seen around in a long time. It's got a big 3-acre pond on it, large workshop, man cave, numerous other new sheds around the area. 6 horse stalls with water and electrical already out to them.
Yeah, those horse stalls, that pond and those hills, absolutely gorgeous out there.
It's fenced, cross fenced, and lots of recent updates on this property. Relatively new roofing, septic systems, paint, remodel throughout. It's just an overall very beautiful property out there.
What's that one going for?
That one's for $725,000 today.
That's a good buy.
Yeah, for the price of acreage going right now, and all that is inclusive in it.
Yeah, that's not just here's a piece of land. That has the amenities to it. That's ready to go.
They've really gone above and beyond with everything.
Yeah, that was a good one. What else you got?
This one's over in 7 Points at 516 County Road 2404. It's 57.4 acres over there. It has new gates and fencing, mature trees, large pond, and one of the best things about it is they recently went with underground buried electrical over 1,600 feet deep into the property. So you're already set up. They've done that in the last couple of months, getting ready for that new build out there on the property.
Yeah, nice, beautiful iron fencing on the front, beautiful gate, got that electrical. Get back there past the woods, and you've got this beautiful place to build that nice custom home back there and get you going. And then you got one more for us.
One more right over just south of Eustis at 13818 County Road 2857. 20 acres of excellent pasture land over there. The hay production they've told me about is just remarkable what they're getting off of this land right now. It's got fencing, it's got a spring-fed pond, and it's located on 2 separate county roads. So the options are wide and varied over there of what you could do.
Yeah. And
20 acres for only $150,000 today.
20 acres at $150. That's in today's acreage prices, that's a good buy. That's a good buy right there. And it's got the fencing and that coastal Bermuda there. Just a little bit of fertilizer and a little bit of lime, and that should pop back and just be absolutely gorgeous over there.
Lots of good building sites also there.
Yeah. So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you today, Brett, and they wanted to find out more, we kind of touched on the spec build and the custom build. They want to go ahead and find out a little bit more detail on that, get that new build package started before as we're going along the next couple of weeks talking about this. How will they get a hold of you?
As always, you can give me a call anytime at 903-340-6301.
And I'm Shai at 903-340-6159. Or we got some great agents there at the main office too. If somebody wanted to give them a call too, how would they get a hold of them?
Yes, call our office anytime at 903-887-7055.
And I'm Shai, and this is Brett with Coldwell Banker.
All right, guys. Oh, okay. We're just going to stop the rumbling real fast. You are listening to 95.9 KCKL, and we will be back shortly with some more great country music, so stick around for that.